I don't know where we're gonna go, but we're gonna go somewhere.
This is a story about Shon Law, a kind, intelligent, and generous friend. I met him through couch surfing. He hosted me last year for a couple of days during a trip to Florida. Within that time, I learned a great deal about life balls. On our last day, he walked out and collected an assortment of living foods from his yard. With them, he created one of the most amazing breakfasts I've ever tasted.
This is an adaptation of the natural farming system called Shizen Noho. Shizen Noho, or nature farming or natural farming, Shizen is natural or nature, and Noho is farming, is the method of growing food-producing systems that has the best, scientifically best, input to yield ratio. Your yields are not typically going to be as high as intensive farming, but the amount of labor is so low. And because the amount of labor and input cost is so low, it's something that we can scale very widely with the grassroots movement.
Shon is presently being fined $300 a day by the city of Longwood, Florida, for having a messy lawn. His fine has grown to over $130,000.
This avocado tree is, I believe, 3 years old and is a transplant. This is a life ball that, a few months. So the ones that grow, they're from all these 10 million life balls and all these various ways it could be, and the best is what happens.
You can always slip and fall, no matter where you are. So would you stay centered in your call?
We have like the oak beetles killing everybody because those are old oak trees. You're supposed to eat those oak trees. You're supposed to be young oak trees ready to take its place. You can't cut them down all the time. Let it grow. Hands off. I'm here to request relief and a dropping of the special magistrate's order. The reason that I started doing what I'm doing is that I read an article in June of 2012 called Approaching Planetary Phase Shift. That means that we're approaching the imminent and irreversible biosphere collapse. And what was advocated in that report in the scientific journal Nature is that we immediately, in all due course, begin growing biodiverse food ecosystems right now. Towards that end, I began my work using a method of gardening that is very low input, so people can use it everywhere, and that grows a diversity of beneficial life, including lots of food. At the special magistrate's hearing, I cited the Florida Friendly Landscaping Ordinances, especially the one that says that local ordinances may not prohibit any property owner from implementing the practice of Florida Friendly Landscaping on his or her land. The main objections that I have heard, and the basis that the city ordinance was enforced, was that my property might attract wildlife. These are older ordinances when wildlife was seen as a civil danger. As you gentlemen are all probably aware, we cannot bar a property owner from doing something on the basis of aesthetics in a free city, such as the city of Longwood, as that would violate our First Amendment and the rights of yard display. Therefore, I have continued to appeal because I think that it's right and that we have a moral imperative to start doing these more life-friendly practices immediately. Not doing so, we risk not only our peril, but the peril of our children and generations to come.
Well, I got these words running around in my head, and I think they're gonna be the reason why I end up dead.
Your last two pieces are red. When are you going to give up?
Are you going to give up on the planet and your friends? What's your name?
Tim.
Tim. Nice to meet you, Tim. So are you going to give up on the planet and your friends?
This isn't my yard.
It's all up to you. It's all up to you. It's up to you.